So, as a part of our thermal physics, we have discussed KTG thermodynamics prior to this heat transfer. Then we have studied about calorimetry in the initial part of our heat topic. We have studied about the thermal expansions and everything. Last, we're going to discuss about heat transfer. So in heat transfer, there are, if you would have remembered, what are the ways of heat transfer? Tell me, or the modes of heat transfer?
Conduction, radiation.
Thermal conduction, thermal convection, and thermal radiation. What do you know about conduction, convection, and radiation?
कंडक्शन के लिए वो मटेरियल लगता है ना, कंडक्टिंग मटेरियल, कंडक्टर लगता है.
Okay. Is it what you know?
हाँ, और कन्वेक्शन मतलब वो लैंड ब्रीज, सी ब्रीज मतलब पार्टिकल्स होते हैं.
Okay, that's what you remember. Okay.
Radiation. Radiation मतलब उसको मतलब ऐसे मीडियम में लगता है और स्पीड ऑफ लाइट का जैसे उसका स्पीड होता है.
So some of the points you were able to remember. That's so nice of you. Now coming to conduction. Conduction or convection, both of them.
नहीं, और एक था कंडक्शन सिर्फ सॉलिड में होता है, convection fluids.
Okay, so let's go ahead. So conduction means actually the particles do not travel. Whatever the main part is, the medium particles do not travel and supply the heat. It's a mode of transfer wherein, for suppose an example I'll give you. What do you call it in English, that when you take food or when you mix some cooking substance? Pan. In the pan you will keep something, right? What is it? Holder or stick? Something? Holder. Whatever it means. So, whatever you do, there your one end of it is in the pan or in the cooking substance where the temperature is very high. The other end is in your hand, right? Here actually you will be able to feel the heat and temperature at this rising temperature at this end where you are holding the this holder, but whereas the other end is actually in that hot temperature. So there the heat travels from this end to that end without actually the particles traveling from that first end to the second end. What is happening is here in that holder here, so whatever they call it, when the temperature at this end is very high temperature, so the atoms at this point will actually vibrate with a higher kinetic energy. We have discussed, the more the temperature is, the more the vibration energy, kinetic energy will be there. Here vibrational mode of energy will be there. So first particle vibrates, second, then when it is continuously vibrating, slowly it touches the, because it's in contact with the second particle, the second it transfers some energy to the second particle. So then second particle also vibrates. So slowly third particle also start vibrating. Slowly what happens, the energy gets transferred to the other end of the medium here. So where this first particle did not go from first end to the last end here, that means hot end to the colder end, but actually the energy has been transferred, or the heat energy has been transferred by the mode of vibration here. So this kind of phenomena where actually the particle does not travel from the hot end to the cold end, but its energy gets transferred from the hot end to the cold end by means of vibration, and this process is called as conduction. It does not mean conduction occurs only in solids, but solids we will be able to study clearly. It also occurs in liquids and also in gases as well. where one vibration gets transferred to the other particle vibration. Okay, so this is called as conduction, but we can clearly study in conductors, so the phenomena can be easily studied, so we'll study there as part of our syllabus. Okay, so now convection is an example here. Suppose when you boil a water here or any liquid here, liquid you can see this more prevalently. Okay, so the molecules which are having a high temperature, here the temperature will be higher, right? When the temperature will be higher here, the density will be lower here. Molecule density will be lower here. So actually lower density molecules want to go to the upper surface and higher density molecules come to the lower surface, right? So what happens? These molecules go to the upper surface because they have become lighter, lower density because of high temperature. Then what happens? The higher density molecules of the which are on the upper side actually will come to the lower side. Okay, again they get heated up. When they get heated up again, their density becomes less and they go up, right? But by the time upper molecules temperature has been decreased, so those higher density ones will again come downwards, right? So here what is happening? The molecules which are having a lower density, means having higher temperature, which is in the contact with this higher hot end of the vessel, go to the upside. That means transfer energy to the upper surface. Then the upper surface lower density molecules, higher density molecules come down surface. So like that continuously there will be a cycle of transfer of energy from the downward hotter end to the upward colder end. Got it? Like that heat energy is transferred. Here what is happening? The molecules are carrying the energy and going upwards and again coming down, again carrying the energy and going upwards. So here molecules are actually transferring energy with their motion. That means mass is getting transferred from one place to other place, and this molecule is getting transferred from one place to another place, and the energy is getting transferred from that one end to the other end. So this mode of transfer is called as convection. For here you have seen first case also there is vibration of molecules, right? And energy is getting transferred. Here molecules themselves are carrying the energy from one end to the other end. So both of them, we need a medium. Both of the modes of transfer, we need a medium particles, where in the one medium, one mode of transfer, there is no transfer of molecules or medium particles, but they vibrate and transfer energy from one particle to another. And that energy will be transferred to the final end point of molecular particle. So here, but when convection, the actual transfer of molecules happens and energy will be transferred, heat energy will be transferred. So for this both modes of transfer, we need a medium to happen. Whereas radiation, so radiation occurs in the form of electromagnetic wave. For suppose sunlight is actually heating up at the Earth's surface, whereas without any medium particles between them, in the vacuum also that sunlight travels in the form of electromagnetic wave, it do not require medium. This is can also be called as we have studied in waves also. We'll study in waves also, non-mechanical transfer. Okay, in future we'll study about this waves, electromagnetic waves and all. Shall we go ahead?
Yes.
Did you understand these three phenomena? Is it clear for you?
Yes.
Shall I go ahead?
Huh.
Now first we will study about thermal conduction as a part of our class today. Okay, here we'll study about these terms, don't worry.
Steady.
We'll study about them later on. First let us see what conduction I have explained you, right? What happens? Okay, now you see this diagram. This is the hot end material and this is the cold end material. They between
Diagram must bana hai.
there is a conductor. You will see wonders from to every day. Okay, so okay, this is a conductor here, hot end, and this is a cold end, Now heat in general travels from hotter, high temperature to lower temperature, or hot region to the cold region. So here we study a conductor here, wherein the vibration of the molecules will get transferred from one particle to another particle, and slowly the energy will be transferred, right? So here, what will happen is, you carefully observe the phenomena I'm explaining just to make you feel the concept of conduction. So what will happen is, initially, I'm observing a cross section, okay? I'm observing a cross section in the sense, some part of this, okay? This conductor, I'm just observing it, okay? So now, there, the previous part will give some energy, which I'm writing it as H1 dot, okay? The rate of heat energy that is flowing from the previous particle. Now, okay, then there will be some energy which is absorbed by this material or not. I'm writing this as H2 dot, okay? Then some energy will be radiated or not outside by this material.
H3.
H3 dot I am considering. Then some energy will be transferred to the other side, other side of the cross section. Got it? It will receive from this end, left side of it, where hot region is there. It will absorb energy, that is H2 dot I wrote, and it will radiate some energy, H3 dot that I wrote, rate of radiation of energy, and it will transfer some energy to the right side of the end, that is the colder end. Got it? So like this phenomena takes place. Are you accepting this or not? So let's
Yes.
see. Can I say H1 dot is equal to H2 dot plus H3 dot plus H4 dot? That means the amount of energy that is coming from the left end in the hotter end should be equal to the amount of energy absorbed, the amount of energy radiated, the plus the amount of energy transferred to the other end, right? Now, if after some time, slowly some energy will be absorbed, after some time, it comes to a saturated state or not? Saturated state means it will attain some temperature here, this end, and that will temperature will remain constant, and there will not be furthermore any kind of heat absorbed at that end. Got it? So at that time, can I say H2 dot will be 0 after some time?
हाँ, हो सकता है.
Till it absorbed, its temperature raised, and it will reach a saturated state at that point, at that temperature, at that end, which is having at a particular distance from the hot end and particular distance from the cold end. So at that time, there is no further absorption of heat energy takes place or not. I am taking it as the rate of heat energy absorbed will be 0 after some time. Okay. Now, if suppose if you insulate it properly, that means if you this is kind of insulation that is shown here. Got it? This red one. Okay. If you insulate it properly so that no energy will be transferred outside, radiated outside, can I make H3 dot is also 0 or not? Tell me. Smriti? Now, if you use some insulating material like this, the red color one that is shown here, so that no energy will be radiated outside, can I make H3 dot also 0 in that kind of scenario where no radiation is there? Okay. So now at that time, can I say that H1 dot should be equal to H4 dot? Isn't it? That means the amount of energy that is being coming to this cross section is actually the amount of energy, the rate of energy that is flowing to the other end cross section. That means whatever energy it's coming, it's going to the other end. Are you getting it? The rate of transfer of energy from the previous end to this end is equal to the rate of transfer of energy from this end to the right side end, the colder end. Got it? So this phenomena at this stage is called as steady state, because as for our mathematics or whatever the syllabus 11th and 12th is considered, We don't study. In engineering, if you go to engineering, you'll study about that phase. Before steady state is attained, what is happening. But in our syllabus, as far as 11th and 12th is concerned, we study about this state where this, what is this? This cross section has attained some temperature T. No radiation is happening outside. No absorption is taking place. Already absorption has happened. That saturated state is attained. That means amount of energy intake is equal to amount of energy outtake. Got it? In that cross section. So this state is called steady state, and we study about this steady state. Got it?
Yes.
And that is the heading I captured here as steady state. Got it? You got the clarity about steady state?
Yes, got.
Now, at this time, at this steady state, there is a temperature gradient develops and which
Steady
remains.
state पे कुछ वेरिएशन नहीं होगा ना टेम्परेचर में?
Variation means at that particular cross section temperature variation nahi rahega, but every cross section will have a different temperature. Got it? So steady state after attains, every part of that cross section will have a particular temperature attained because it's not going to absorb any more heat energy after steady state. Got it? So temperature gradient will be formed. What is this temperature gradient? So in physics, sometimes I'll tell you, I'll take it to physics, right? Let me check it is got it. We're going to the another world now. Okay.
black.
So in physics, the term called temperature gradient. Why in physics? I went to physics now from downward view to bird view. I'm going now. I'm going to another dimension. So you will see this word called. You will see this word called. You will see this word called gradient. I told you in another topic at all. I'll write this now. Viscosity, we have studied velocity gradient, right? Then in gravitation, you might have studied or you might not have studied. That is potential gradient. Electrostatics also you will study. Electric potential gradient. Then, so like this, you will study about different gradients. Velocity gradient, temperature gradient, potential gradient. So what is this gradient? Whenever this gradient, I told you about in viscosity also, you might have remembered. Temperature gradient means delta theta by delta L. That means delta X you can write or delta length with respect to some length. So that means here, in this situation, what is happening? With length, slowly the temperature is decreasing or not? So this is having the cold end, this is having the hot end. So this end of the length, suppose for some 50 centimeters, this is 0, from 0 to 50 centimeters is there. It will be having the hotter end here. That means 100 degrees for suppose example I'm talking about. So this is 0 degrees for suppose example I'm talking about. That means a temperature gradient is established means what will happen? This 100 degrees difference gap is divided across this 50 centimeters length. Got it? That means 100 degrees minus 0 degrees will be divided in 50 centimeters minus 0 centimeters. That means 2 degrees per centimeter.
Per centimeter.
For every 1 centimeter, there will be a drop of 2 degrees. 5 centimeters down the line means 45 centimeters. If you go, it will be drop will be 10 degrees. That means the 90 degrees it will be there. Example I'm talking about 100 to 10 degrees. So this is called as temperature gradient. There is a ratio of temperature difference by length for length. Like that in viscosity, you have seen velocity gradient dv by dy. You might have seen with respect to y. You have seen with respect to vertical distance, you have seen a change in velocity, right?
Yes.
We have seen velocity change with respect to change in length, that is in y direction here. Like that, in we have can see a potential gradient along the electric field here. High potential
करंट
to
का होगा.
low potential. So you can see in electrical potential gradient or gravitational potential gradient. So this is a gradient. Gradient means with respect to length.
हेच लक्षात ठेवा.
Potential gradient means we'll write it as delta V. Temperature gradient means we'll write it as delta T or delta theta. Our potential gradient, our velocity gradient means we'll write it as delta V. Got it?
डेल्टा V by delta x.
So delta V by delta X. So this is
Velocity
potential.
gradient.
Potential I'm naming it as V.
ऐसे तो किसका भी ग्रेडियंट बना सकते हैं.
बना सकते हो. एंड आपका फोन में कलर ग्रेडियंट दिखा है, मतलब आपका जो नया फोन्स आ रहे हैं, मतलब न्यू फोन्स, यू कैन सी कलर ग्रेडियंट. दैट मीन्स यू विल सी ए डार्क ब्लू, slowly light blue. So like that, there will be a variation of color on the phone. You can see it's a color gradient phone. They will see. That means there is a decrease with length of the color. Got it? So shall we go to the previous one? You can take a screenshot out of it regarding gradient.
I have taken.
You enjoyed it?
हाँ.
Let's go ahead. Got it?
किसी का भी एक्सीलरेशन का बना सकते हैं, किसका भी बना सकते हैं.
So, okay. If it is varying in the constant manner, okay, we can use this. Now, here there will come to where is that? Here there will be a temperature gradient established that will be, oh, where am I? Wait. Here there will be temperature gradient established that will be dt by dx. Okay, got it? Or delta d theta by dx. The theta is temperature. Shall I go ahead?
हाँ.
Now, so we'll study about analysis of thermal conduction in steady state. I told you before steady state, we are not going to study it. So steady state, so what will happen is the rate of heat flow, that is H dot, can be represented by dq by dt, the rate of energy of heat flow per time. Rate of means you can get into time only, the energy flow by time. This can be represented as H dot is equal to H dot. This rate is proportional to, experimentally it is found to be, this rate is proportional to, you can represent like this or you can represent like this as well. Okay, this heat energy rate is proportional to temperature difference. Okay,
Change in temperature.
temperature difference, that means hot and cold, and what is the change in difference in temperature? The bigger the temperature difference, the more the heat flow will be there, right? Isn't it? The rate of heat flow will be there considering bigger the temperature difference.
Heat upon time ना, मतलब change in heat upon change.
No, transfer of heat energy, that transfer of heat energy. Suppose this side the temperature is very low, that side the temperature is very high, then the rate will also be very high, right?
हाँ, जल्दी से equilibrium attain कर जाएंगे.
So इसलिए आप देखो, cup of tea, hot cup of tea, very hot cup of tea, so then outside temperature is very cold, freezer, you keep there,
जल्दी से cool हो जाता है वो tea.
तो जल्दी transfer हो जाता है because the temperature difference is high, right? Similarly, it will be proportional to the temperature difference between hot and cold, and then higher temperature or lower temperature. Then it is found that it is proportional to area of cross section. So the bigger the area of cross section is there,
More time it will take.
more the rate of heat flow will be there, dq by dt. Then it is found the dq by dt is inversely proportional to length. That means the larger the length is, the lower the heat flow is, rate of heat flow is. Okay, it can be in some textbook, it can be represented like this as well. They say dq by dt is proportional to area of cross section and dq by dt is proportional to temperature gradient dt by dx. You see, temperature dt can be represented in terms of temperature difference right here at a particular cross section I'm talking about.
And x matlab length.
Length, you got it. Here
Change
also
in length.
change in length. Here also you can represent in for full body, and this way also you can represent. Got it? Huh? Did you understand?
Got it.
Now coming to, I want to represent here. So now coming to, can I write dq by dt is proportional to a dt by dx, and I will write it as minus here. Why? The heat flow is happening in, suppose in this direction, the temperature will be higher at this one and lower at this one, right?
High to low jata hai.
So means final opposite to the direction of increase in temperature, right? You see here, it goes from higher to lower, right? So if it is final minus initially you want to write TL minus TH, it will be negative, right? You understood? That is what the temperature.
Low to high
gradient is.
लिखेंगे तो negative आना चाहिए.
So that is why this minus indicates. This minus indicates the rate of heat flow is opposite to the temperature gradient, is opposite from the lower to higher. Got it? Suppose here you write dt is lower minus, you carefully see here, lower minus hotter. That means this will become negative, and negative will become positive. Got it? That means heat is going in the positive direction, whereas temperature.
Rate of heat flow is opposite to that of gradient.
So you see, temperature is decreasing here, but heat flow is going to the decreasing temperature region, right? So that is a minus symbol we indicate here. That minus symbol is nothing but that one. So now can I remove this minus and put a constant there? Sorry, can I remove this proportionality and can I put a constant?
Constant आ जाएगा.
dq by dt is equal to
K.
ka minus ka dt by dx. Got it? Got it?
इन्होंने डायरेक्टली दे दिया है.
ठीक है. Shall I go ahead? Back to okay. Now coming to it. So now okay. So did you understand this dq by dt is equal to minus ka dt by dx? But now just I want to explain. Okay. Go back to our. So now when k and a are constant, what do you say? dq by d2 is equal to minus ka dt by dx, right?
dx.
But suppose if this k and a are constant, this dx send it to this one. This is a constant, right? Because I told you steady state, the amount of energy going coming is equal to the amount of energy going. That means that value will be constant, right? In steady state, rate of heat flow in the conductor. So when this is constant, this is constant, this is constant, can I write this as, simplified it as, it's called minus ka into dt can be written as
T high minus T.
T colder, T lower minus T high, right? Final minus initial.
तो high to low लिखेंगे तो minus भी चला जाएगा.
So now that will also go. Dx can be written as that length, right? L minus 0. Directly we can integrate and find the dx is delta x. It will come if everything is constant here. If k and a are constant, so then we can. That is the cases generally we study in our 11th and 12th syllabus mostly. In mains and sometimes mains and advanced, we'll see variation of those things also will happen, and we have to integrate irrespective of writing like this. Got it? So this will be length, right? L minus 0. final length minus initial 0. So can I write this as dq by dt is equal to minus, if I remove it, can I write this as Ka into T hot minus
T cold.
T cold, that is T lower by L, right?
Hmm.
This is another important 5-star equation. Got it?
Yes.
Very important 5-star equation, which will be useful. Got it? But still I'll simplify. Wait a minute. Did you get this now? What is okay? Dq by dt is equal to minus K dt by dx. And then this is called as Fourier's law of heat conduction. And then this can be represented like this also, right? That's what I gave. Dq by dt is equal to H is equal to that simplification that I gave you here. That Ka, I send it to the denominator, right? Ka into delta T by L I na, for you. So this K, did you understand it or not? That Ka, if I send it to the
L
denominator,
upon.
Ka.
Huh.
Now this is a quite interesting. We'll discuss in the next slide. You got this?
वो L upon K आया है क्या?
Ka is in numerator in your equation, 5-star equation. You see it?
हाँ.
That Ka I send
तो
it to the
उसको डिवाइड कर दिया. L upon K हो गया वो.
numerator. I send it to the denominator of denominators. Got it?
इसको बोल देंगे 4 years law of.
This is Fourier's law, and I'll explain it a bit. Very important, this one. Okay. Shall I go ahead?
हाँ.
No, next slide I will go. So now coming to
Resistance.
what happened. Now check here. What did I get here? dq by dt is equal to Ka into Th minus T lower divided by L, right? This can be written as most formula, important formula is equal to H or H dot is equal to Th minus TL divided by L by Ka. Got it? This Ka is into the denominator.
समझ लो.
Now coming to the another most 5-star equation or most valuable equation for you. You know current, right?
Hmm.
Current is equal to what? dq by dt, right?
Hmm.
And you know it by using
दोनों को इक्वेट कर देंगे.
नहीं,
करंट और
using Ohm's law. I is equal to V by R. You remember?
P is equal to IR.
V is nothing but what? Potential difference.
Potential difference, R resistance.
Not potential, it is potential difference. This is resistance, right? So now can I write, this is nothing but what? I is equal to V plus, that is higher potential, minus V minus, that V is nothing but potential difference between higher and minus lower and divided by resistance, right? Like that, if I compare this, I is equal to is nothing but what? dq by dt, right? The rate of charge flow, right there.
तो I को हम TH और TL consider करेंगे.
Now carefully observe करो. Either H is also nothing but rate of heat flow. There this is rate of charge flow is current. Here this is rate of heat flow is heat current. Got it?
Hmm.
So this can be written as, you carefully compare both of them. That H is equal to that, otherwise it can be written as IH. That means rate of heat current is equal to TH minus TL divided by L by Ka. Can I compare it with some resistance or not here?
हाँ resistance.
Now carefully observe. You can write the formula resistance as L by K. In steady state, we can write directly, okay, when K and A are constants, okay? Okay. So now carefully observe. What is resistance formula in current electricity? You might have studied rho L by A, isn't it? You studied?
हाँ रो एल बाय किया है
Uh, coming to here.
एरिया बड़ा तो इनवर्सली और लेंस
Resistance is equal to rho L by A. So then this is resistivity, right?
कांस्टेंट होता है
Then we can write it as resistivity is equal to 1 by sigma. Sigma is conductivity. You might be knowing this. Can I write this as 1 by sigma L by A or not?
एक मिनट रो एल बाय ए हे रेजिस्टिविटी है आणि रो अपॉन सिग्मा म्हणजे कंडक्टिविटी
This is conductivity.
आ गया समझ में
Now carefully observe. Here what is the formula we got? Thermal resistance is equal to L by Ka we got or not? L by A, K sigma. Sigma is thermal electrical conductivity here. K is
थर्मल कंडक्टिविटी
bas. Got it now? Thermal, this can be called as thermal resistance. Got it? How you generally solve the problems in current electricity? We can use the same techniques to solve the problems here. Got it? Let's go.
लास्ट स्लाइड दिखा ना
Did you understand this everything now?
हाँ ये आ गया समझ में सिग्मा इज जस्ट इन करंट एंड के इन थर्मल बस
Got it now? So we can relate both of them or not. Their temperature, there the temperature difference is here, potential difference is here, thermal temperature difference. Their resistance is electrical resistance is here thermal resistance. There the formula is rho L by A, that is nothing but 1 by sigma into L by A. Here 1 by K into L by A. Got it? Thermal resistance. Both have a similarity with respect to length, area of cross section, and conductivity. So whichever way we solve problems there for resistance, here we can solve the problems similarly. Got it?
Got.
No. So we can write
एक
it.
मिनट दिखाना मुझे लिख रही थी
So here we can write the resistance at R1 plus R2. Got it?
सीरीज में और पैरेलल में
Parallel में 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Got it now? So now got it? Now I have given you a hint regarding how we can connect with current electricity topic with this present thermal conduction topic, right? To solve the problems. So here, another one important point I want to say here. Okay, wait, just going here. Here, if it is a metal, na, what happens? There will be free electrons also available, right? Free electrons can actually go from one place to another place, right? Like that also heat transfer happens here. So that's why metals are good conductors of heat. Got it? Metals, free electrons will be available. They also
इंसुलेटर्स में फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होते ही नहीं हैं
so इसलिए metals generally conduct electricity at a higher pace than insulators.
हाँ,
Okay. Got it?
इसलिए ये बोलते हैं ना जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी भी कंडक्ट करते हैं वो हीट भी कंडक्ट करते
Conduct करते हैं because of the free electrons. Got it?
हैं हाँ और रेजिस्टेंस भी रिलेट होता है ना
So we'll make it resistance. So analogy of thermal conduction with Ohm's law. I have explained you how they are connected in current electricity. So now you can understand. Their current is what? dq by dt. I have explained. Again, I'm just displaying it for you. current is what? dq by dt, right?
हाँ.
Current, that is rate of charge flow for a cross section per unit time at that particular cross section. This here heat current is nothing but dq by dt, capital Q. That capital Q is nothing but rate of heat flow or rate of energy transfer in terms of heat. Okay, the relation you can see there. The current
This
is
comparison is very nice.
there the current is potential difference by resistance, right?
Hmm.
Here the
Here
temperature difference
temperature.
by resistance. Their resistance is rho L by A, that is 1 by sigma into L by A. Here the resistance is 1 by, in terms of sigma, we'll write it as K into L by A. Got it?
Hmm.
Then coming to dq by dt is equal to I is equal to V1 by V1 minus V2 by R. That is equal to resistance is can be written as what? L by K, right? This resistance. So L I have written by Ka has gone to the numerator here. Got it?
K को sigma ले लिया.
Electricity, right? It will be sigma only.
Hmm.
Electricity, this will be L by sigma A only. Sigma A by L into V1 minus V2. Similarly, if you write here, H is equal to
K by L.
Ka by L into theta 1 minus theta 2. That formula we have written in the first beginning. Were you able to relate both of them or not?
Yes. एक मिनट सर इसका स्क्रीनशॉट लेती हूँ.
Wait, then erase all ink on the slide. Okay.
मस्त अब इसका प्रिंट आउट निकाल के रूम में लगा दूंगी.
ठीक है. Shall we go ahead now? इसीलिए क्लास लेट हुआ. मैं बना रहा था.
तो ये सब आप टाइप करते हो? इसलिए ज़्यादा टाइप कर.
Shall we go ahead? So now here a comparison just to make you feel about the concept. High and low thermal conductivity. What happens if conductivity, thermal conductivity is high? What happens if thermal conductivity is low? If thermal conductivity is very high, that means the transfer rate will be very high, right? Because resistance will be very low. You can see here thermal conductivity in the sense ki what? Okay. dq by dt is equal to K into T1 minus T2 by L. Otherwise, we can write this as T1 minus T2 by L by K, right? This formula have to be comfortable. So this resistance will, if K is very high, that means L by K will be very low, right? The resistance will be very low. Conductivity is very high, means resistance will be very low, right?
हाँ.
So now for this kind of situations, steady state will be easily attained, or we can, from the beginning, we can consider them as in the steady state only. Because fast transfer of rate, fastly they achieve that steady state.
जल्दी से steady state कर देंगे.
jaldi se, because the transfer of rate will be very high, absorption will be very low. Got it? Less heat will be absorbed. First point is, wait. So we can consider steady state from the start. If high K is will be there, low energy will be absorbed, more energy will be transferred. Okay. Energy will be transferred. Got it? No. Low steady state means, low K means what? It takes a lot of time to attain steady state. Lot of time. Because here more energy is absorbed. Absorption, it will take a lot of time to absorb. Okay. So more energy will be absorbed. Energy is absorbed.
Less is transferred.
Less is transferred. Got it? Got it. Shall I go ahead? Now, the types of problems that we see in thermal conductivity, similar to current electricity, we will see some similar kind of problems here. There is, answer the following questions for the given arrangement as shown in the figure. So this is hot and you think, this is cold and you think. This is a rod of a metal rod of length L1, thermal conductivity K1, and area of cross section as A. This will be the area of cross section, right? And there is another rod joined in series with this rod, first rod and second rod, okay, which is having length L2, which is having thermal conductivity K2, and which is having area of cross section A. Got it? Both are having same area of cross section here. You can see it, right? Area of cross section, both of them having same thing. So now what you need to find out, what is the equivalent resistance? Because I told you these rods can be, we can write the thermal resistance to it, right? In series, what happens? In parallel, what happens? We have discussed in the question, in that conceptual part. You have to write what is resistance equivalent, that is thermal resistance equivalent due to this both rods combined. Equivalent, that means you replace these two rods with a single rod of equivalent resistance. You know it, right? Because when two
Series
resistances,
parallel जैसा करना पड़ेगा.
so you replace R1 R2 with one
Series है ये
resistance,
फिर.
one resistance, that is R1 plus R2, right, in series. Here you need to find out what is equivalent resistance, what is the equivalent conductivity, K equivalent. This is a very important question because these kind of questions will be formally asked and normally asked in this topic. And then find the temperature of the junction point. There you will be asked, right, potential at this point in current electricity. Like that, here the temperature at this junction point, consider it as T. This is considered it as TH or TL, or otherwise T1 and T2. So you can write the formula of the temperature of the junction point. Can you do it?
I will try.
You try. Shall we try it out?
Yes.
So this is T1 and consider this is T2. R equivalent is what? R1 plus R2 because they're in series. First question I'm answering this. R1 is what? L1 by K1A. That is right.
Plus L2 by K2.
Plus L2 by K2A.
K2.
That's equal to A. I can take common as, right? Then because both of them have same A, this will become LCM. Well, LCM if I take, it will become L1 K2 plus L2 K1 divided by K1 K2. This is the R equivalent. This
मैंने
is,
LCM में लिया.
this is this. Okay. Or otherwise 1 by A into L1 by K1 plus L2 by K2, like that also you can keep it. But this is R equivalent. You understood how to write it?
Yes.
And coming to second question here. What is K equivalent, right? So
हमने K ही निकाला ना अभी.
R nikala, R equivalent, resistance equivalent.
Okay.
So instead of both
R
of this,
डालना
we
पड़ेगा.
have to write a one conductor, one thermal conductor, which is having K equivalent right here. So K equivalent, how to write here? What is R equivalent here? R equivalent is total length of the rods is what? L1 plus L2, right? Both if I replace with, it is having how much length? Both if I replace with one rod, that is how much length it is having? L1 plus L2, right?
L1 plus L2.
K, R equivalent, I'm writing this one. R equivalent as L1 plus L2 by, can I write this as K equivalent into, both are having the same area of cross section. Can I write the area of cross section as A or not? This is equal to 1 by A into, I got this right, resistance equivalent. 1 by A into L1 by K1 plus L2 by K2. That only I simplified and I wrote it as L1 K2 plus L2 K1 by K1 K2. Got it? Got it? So can I cancel A and A here? So now this you simplify. K equivalent I want, right? K equivalent, I will send it to the right side.
L1K.
So this I'll send to the left side. So what will I get here? So K equivalent is equal to L1 plus L2 divided by L1 by K1 plus L2 by K2.
K2.
This is a formula for K equivalent. You can study also. You can simplify also, or you can keep it like this also. Simplification means what? You will write it as L1 K2 plus L2 K1, and this K1 K2 goes to the numerator. So K1 K2 into L1 plus L2 divided by L1 K2 plus L2 K1. In that way also you can write, and in this way also you can represent. So in this way, if you ask me K equivalent for series, if someone asks me,
ये तो सीरीज का किया ना हमने अभी.
K equivalent for series, can I write it as L1 plus L2 plus L3 so on divided by L1 by K1 plus L2 by
L2 by K2 till so on.
L3 by K3 plus so on. So this is K equivalent. Previous one is R equivalent. Got it? You have to know the difference between both of them. Okay. You should not make any. You told me the answer for K equivalent, whereas for R equivalent. Okay. Careful. K equivalent is equal to what? Now, can I write this as sigma L from I is equal to 1 to N
Summation है मतलब.
divided by sigma I is equal to 1 to N Li by Ki. Got it? Got it? In this way also we can write it as K equivalent formula. Shall I go ahead? We have come back again. Then find the temperature of the junction point. Got it? Got it?
Temperature कैसे करना है?
It's a quite interesting one. So what should I know now? This is
dq by dt use करके.
so I'll just how can I add a slide here? Okay. Okay, I have left the space here. Then I can read. What is the question here? Find the temperature of the junction point, right? So now this is T1 I'm considering. This is some temperature T I'm considering at the junction. And this I'm considering it as T2. That is hotter and colder. And this is a system. Okay. One thing you know, very important. This is in series means in electric current, current will be same throughout in series or not? In all the resistors in series, current will be same or not?
Yes.
Tell me.
Yes, sir.
That means the current in this rod should be equal to the current in the second rod or not? Heat current. What is heat current in first rod if I ask you? K1A by L1 into T1 minus T or not? First rod. Ka by L into higher temperature minus lower temperature. In first rod it is T1 K1 into A by L1 into T1 minus T or not?
नंतर आहे माझं क्लास चालू.
Tell me. Or otherwise you can write this as potential difference by resistance R1. That is nothing but what? T1 minus T by L1 by K1A.
K1A.
This is current in this first rod. Current in second rod is like this, what? T minus T2, higher temperature minus lower temperature divided by L2 by K2A or not? Tell me, did you understand this?
Yes.
So if I can equate both of them,
ह्याच्यात पण होतं हे.
that means what happens? K1A by L1
हमें T निकालना है ना.
T1 minus T is equal to K2A by L2 into T minus T2. So can I cancel A here? Tell me. And I'm just trying to solve it here. Can I write this as K1 by L1 into T1 minus K1 by L1 into sorry, wait, I just try to simplify it a minute. What can I write here?
ये रेशो लिया है क्या उसका?
Ratio नहीं, equate किया है, equated, just equated. T1 minus T by L1 by
ये
K1.
गया
हाँ, ये gone, मतलब they
तो
cancel.
T1 minus T
No, wait.
upon L1
I
is
will make
equal
it
to
L2. I will send it to the left side. L1 I'll send to the right side. Okay. Numerator. Okay. L1 if I send to the right side, it will become in the numerator. L2 when I come to the left side, it will again come into the numerator, right? So K1 L2 into T1 minus K1 L2 into T is equal to K2 L1 into T minus K2 L1 into T2. Got it? Did you understand? Just a bracket. I've removed the brackets. Multiplying with K1 into L2 into T1 minus K1 into L2 into T. Got it? You did not understand this?
no,
This
not got.
equal to na? You understand this equal? Current in this first rod is equal to current in second rod. You understood that step?
Yes.
This K1A went to the numerator. This K2A went to the numerator. So then A gets cancelled here. So K1 by L1 into T1 minus T is equal to K2 by L2 into T minus TL. Did you understand this step? So then this L2 I sent to the left side. L1 I sent to the right side.
हाँ समझ लो.
So then I got it as K1 L2, K1 L2. Then I removed this bracket, means I have to multiply with K1 L2 on both sides, right? T1 also, T also.
और K1 L2 कॉमन निकल जाएगा.
That's why I multiplied now, simplified. Okay. So then similarly K2 L1 into T minus K2 L1 into T2. Got it? So now I want to make T at one side. So this term I'm sending it to the right side. Got it? Because I need to find the junction temperature.
और T2 को यहाँ पे लाएंगे.
So I'll write it as K1 L2 T1 plus K2 L1 T2 is equal to K1 L2 T if I take common here plus K2 L1 into T or not, tell me.
हाँ. और इसको डिवाइड कर देंगे इधर.
So now just I will try to use this space here and solve this equation. So now can I make it as T is equal to K1 L2 T1 plus K2 L1 T2 divided by K1 L2 plus K2 L1. Got it? Isn't it? Isn't it?
इसको डिराइव करना आना चाहिए.
Oh yeah, this is completed. Just nothing I did. I1 is equal to I2 I did, and I have simplified this. There's another way also in this because another way of representation. So can I write this as? Just shall I go?
सर क्लास चालू होगा.
Okay. Okay. Did you understand? Then we'll continue in the next class.
इसका नेक्स्ट मेथड हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में करेंगे.
So you got it. Simple equation and simplification is only equating and simplifying. So I hope you have enjoyed this class, and we'll come back to the other part of this thermal conduction, and then we'll go to convection and radiation in the next class. Next class. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. I hope you have understood everything. Thank you very much.
Thank you.